With the rugged looks of a 4x4 but the affordable running costs of a family hatchback, crossovers are some of the hottest cars on sale right now. In fact, they're so popular that every manufacturer without one is working around the clock to make sure they can put one on sale. Luckily for Mitsubishi, they launched the ASX way back in 2010, making it one of the first crossovers on the scene. But does that mean that Mitsubishi mastered the genre at its first attempt, or that the ASX now needs some further improvements? The interior is simple but reasonably attractive, with this piano black centre console and large dials to adjust the air conditioning. These instrument cowlings and huge gearshift pedals wouldn't look out of place in a hot hatch, while the central display has clear and crisp graphics. But on the downside, some of these interior plastics feel a bit scratchy, and the central infotainment system looks aftermarket, and that's because it is. This one's made by Kenwood, and some of these glowing lights look a bit too bling for my taste. This is a fully loaded ASX4, and its best new feature is the huge panoramic sunroof, which lets lots of light flood into the cabin. One thing people love about crossovers is the raised driving position, and that's something you'll definitely get here. There's also plenty of headroom and an adjustable steering wheel, so you can get comfortable behind the wheel. Adults should have no problem at all sitting in the back. I'm 5'11" plus my hair, and there's still a bit of space above me, as well as plenty of knee room. The boot measures 416 litres, which is 100 more than you'll get in a Ford Focus, so it should suit most families. Fold the rear seats down and there's 1,193 litres of space, which is quite a lot, but not as much as you'll get in a Skoda Yeti. When Mitsubishi boasts that the ASX shares some of its DNA with the rally-bred Evo Sports Saloon, it's hard not to get excited. But the reality is, it's more like a traditional 4x4 to drive than the excellent Skoda Yeti. That's because it has softer suspension, but on the upside, this does mean that it copes well with bumps and potholes, and that should impress owners. We're in the 2.2 litre diesel automatic with 4-wheel drive, which gets from 0 to 62 in around 10 seconds, but unfortunately emits a rather agricultural growl. There's also a 1.6 litre petrol and a 1.8 litre diesel available with front-wheel drive, and we'd go for the latter because it's quieter than this car, almost as quick and more economical. The car we're in manages 48.7 mpg, which is 10 less than the 1.8 litre diesel and only 1 more than the petrol can manage. It costs between £130 and £180 in annual road tax, and that's fairly high compared to the Skoda Yeti, which can be taxed from just £30. Mitsubishi has a long reputation of building rugged 4x4s, so perhaps it's no surprise that the ASX was one of the first crossovers on the market. It's handsome, has punchy engines, and with the option of 2 or 4-wheel drive, it certainly fulfills the crossover brief. But the Yeti is more fun to drive, and the Qashqai should prove cheaper to run. Saying that, the ASX could prove a savvy buy, as it's particularly well equipped. So that's our opinion, but what do you think of the Mitsubishi ASX? Please leave your comments below and subscribe to this channel for more reviews. And also, why not check out the crossover reviews for the Nissan Qashqai and Skoda Yeti by clicking on the links above.